years of years, and another This Day in Disney. Today is April 20th, and I wanted to start off with Betty Lou Gerson. She was born in 1914 on April 20th, and I love that. I love anyone who's born in the 19-teens because it reminds me of my grandmother who was born in 1917, and 1917 there's a plaque for Tower of Terror, which is also one of my favorite rides, and it says established in 1917 on there, and it makes me think of my grandmother every time I ride it. So I love that. It's just right on the outside. But back to Betty Lou. Why is she so important to Disney? Well, she was the voice of Cruella De Vil. What an iconic character that was, in some minds, one of the worst villains in Disney history, in the Disney films, but really fun, a cool character. And I love 101 Dalmatians. I'm so glad it's on Disney Plus right now. It's really fun to watch. But she was also the narrator, which is kind of like complete opposite of Cruella De Vil. She was the narrator for Cinderella, which is definitely the opposite of those two. This is a very dynamic woman, and I'm so grateful for all she gave to Disney, but if you go check her out, she did lots more. Radio, she was in a couple of cool radio shows and other movies. Just look her up, Betty Lou Gerson. Also on this day, back in 1991, one of our favorite restaurants was established, the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater Restaurant. And we love the Sci-Fi Dine-In. We've been there quite a few times. When it was established in 1991, Walt Disney Imagineering designed the booths to resemble convertibles of the period, and some servers acted as car hoppers while wearing roller skates. What? That would have been fun. They don't wear roller skates anymore. And while eating, guests watched the obviously large projection screen with cool films like Frankenstein Meets the Space Monster, and then Plan 9 from Outer Space. We have a copy of that one, so you can watch it at home too, especially right now. And then Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. I love just watching the films. It's hard to leave there sometimes because just the atmosphere and the fun. When they opened up, April 20th, it was established, and the restaurant served cuisine of the United States. It had hors d'oeuvre of popcorn. Sometimes you still get popcorn when you're waiting there. They serve it out in the waiting area, and so they'll give you popcorn with little M&Ms in it. That's really nice. But I think they actually had it as an hors d'oeuvre when they opened. The menu had cool sounding stuff on it, like Tossed in Space, which was garden salad, Attack of the Killer Club sandwich. These names were later altered for the dishes in a more standard and straightforward manner. Why would we want that? We love the fun names. There's nothing wrong with fun names. Bring it back. We would enjoy it, right? We had a cool experience. There was a special launch of Blast to Mars on February 2nd, and our friend Lexi, who works at the Sci-Fi Dine-In, was able to save these for us because we weren't able to be there on February 2nd. But they were little tickets. In the movie that they play, Blast Off to Mars, they actually talk about we are launching today, which was February 2nd, 2020. And so it talked about that day in the classic film. So we got these cool tickets. Whoever came up with the idea was really smart because people are watching and they love little things. We love little things like this. So I love Disney Imagineers, and especially the little things that they do. So adorable. Lastly, on this day in Disney, Chimpanzee, another Disney nature film, was released. And we have a fun story about that. Got to go on a Disney cruise back in 2012 and It's the only one that we've gotten to do, and I'm so grateful. And on Disney cruise ships, they have actual theaters that you can go sit in and watch the current movies that are out, and that's kind of a real treat because back then they had the Avengers movie. It was the first Avengers movie, and I loved that movie so much, so it was cool that we could watch it anytime we wanted to, although we only watched it once. But everyone wanted to go see Chimpanzee, so we were in the theater going to see it at the same time John Carter was out. And so we're sitting there and the movie starts, and it's not a huge theater, and you can hear people if they say something, you know, on a fairly normal level. And behind us, this man was like, "Chimpanzee? I thought this was John Carter." So he was sitting there the whole time expecting to watch John Carter, and it was Chimpanzee. So anytime someone says Chimpanzee, someone in our family quotes that. It's just a family joke, but it was fun. But it was a neat film, and I would encourage you to watch it right now on Disney Plus because they have all the Disney nature films out right now. But I do remember from this film that it was a little more intense than our kids expected, and I don't think Miles, he fell asleep, and so he was 3 then, so it was too intense, and my older kids were like really glad that he didn't see it. I think I only watched halfway through and then headed back, got him down, and went to sleep because when you're on a Disney cruise, there is so much to do, you're exhausted. But we love the Disney nature films. Our children have always grown up enjoying them, and that's why we've bought some of them. But I'm so glad they're all out right now on Disney Plus. It's really fun. So that's our This Day in Disney for April 20th, and I hope you